Hello and good evening, everyone. Hope you are all well. Welcome to my second quiz, first one on YouTube. I'll say hello again as I've just logged into Facebook as well. I'm now streaming off both Facebook and off YouTube, so I hope everyone is well. Hope everyone is staying safe. Hope everyone's staying at home, those that need to, and I hope that everyone that if you're shielding, unfortunately, then hope that the isolation hasn't driven you too stir crazy. I hope those that have to go to work, you're staying safe at work. And yeah, I just hope that everyone's. Oh, I think I've finally now just gone live again on Facebook. So hello, Facebook, everyone that's watching on there. I will be flicking between YouTube and Facebook at the minute, just to make sure people are watching, making sure everything's all right, filling any gaps that might be there as and when they are. So the quiz this week, 6 rounds again, each worth 10 points. I'd like you to select your Joker rounds for those that are playing them now. And then when it comes to marking, you'll get double points for that. Same as last week, please be honest with the marking when it comes to the end. You're only ruining it for yourself if you don't. I don't think I need to say that any more than I have done the last couple of weeks. So the topics for the quiz this week, we've got natural world, we've got food and drink, we've got geography, we have general knowledge, sport. I know my dad is playing along and he's probably rolled his eyes at sport, so sorry, Dad. And we have music as well. So I hope everyone's settled in. Everyone that needs a drink has got themselves a drink. Oh, I've had a message pop up at me. Oh, excellent. Cool. So hello everyone on Facebook, hello everyone on YouTube. So just to reiterate again, topics: natural world, food and drink, geography, general knowledge, sport, and music. If we're all ready, let's get on with it. So natural world, there's only 6 instead of 10 questions for this one. The reason being that the first question is worth 5 points. So question 1 for natural world. If I was on safari in Africa and saw the big 5 game animals, what animals would I have seen? So it's 1 point per answer. So that's why there's only 6 questions for natural world, because the first one's worth 5 points. So that question again, if I was on safari in Africa and I saw the big 5 game animals, what animals would I have seen? Cool. A couple of people telling me what their jokers are already. Nice. Yeah, so that's the first question for natural world. Question 2. What is the largest mammal in the world? So obviously animals are split into mammals and reptiles. I want to know the largest mammal in the world. Okay, question 3. I've just asked what the largest mammal in the world is. So what's the largest living reptile? And that's key, living reptile, because we could be here talking about different types of dinosaurs if we were getting any largest reptile. But I specifically want, what is the largest living reptile? So yeah, that's the largest living reptile that I wanted to know for question 3. Question 4. I'd like you to name me the underwater BBC BAFTA winning series narrated by David Attenborough. He did a couple of series, but I want the one that was based underwater, and won a BAFTA for David Attenborough, please. Okay, so the next question. According to the Yellowstone National Park website in the US of A, what is the name of the geyser they consider to be the most famous? I believe there's plenty of geysers located at Yellowstone. I want the one that they consider to be the most famous according to their website, please. Lovely stuff. So the last question for Natural World. I'll pinch this one off an old episode of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Sorry. What is the highest active volcano in the world? Is it Italy's Mount Etna? Is it Hawaii's Mauna Loa? Ecuador's Cotopaxi? Or is it Indonesia's Krakatoa? So those options again for the highest active volcano in the world: Mount Etna in Italy, Mauna Loa in Hawaii, Cotopaxi in Ecuador, and Krakatoa in Indonesia. Which is the highest active volcano? So hopefully that's everyone answered for Natural World. Moving on now to the second round, which is food and drink. Slightly different round from last week. I forgot to say at the top of their broadcast, again, this is my second quiz. Any feedback, that would be greatly appreciated, please. In my opinion, this quiz might be easier than last week, but I'm still trying to find a balance. So let me know if you want it easier, harder, new topics, things like that. Right, so we'll move on to the food and drink round. So question 1. What sauce is commonly used on the breakfast dish Eggs Benedict? So if you go to a restaurant and you ask for Eggs Benedict for breakfast, what sauce are they likely to serve it with, please? Tim, is that better? I'll set up as I had last week. That might be a bit better for people. Okay, so that was the first food and drink question. The second food and drink question: in which US state is the Jack Daniel's distillery located? So some people I know like Jack Daniel's and Jack and Coke, that sort of thing. I want to know in which US state the distillery is located. Oh, and it's important to mention it's bourbon, not whiskey, apparently. Okay, so question number 3 for food and drink. What meat is commonly consumed on Easter Sunday? So there's no meat on Good Friday, but what meat is commonly or traditionally even consumed on Easter Sunday? It was only a few weeks ago, so hopefully you'll remember if you indeed had this traditional dish for Easter Sunday. Okay, so question 4. In a 2014 episode of the Great British Bake Off, there was claims that one contestant sabotaged another contestant's bake. What were they baking? So I believe that was back when it was still on the BBC. There was a big thing in the news. Apparently, this particular bake was sabotaged by one contestant. What were they supposed to be baking at the time, please? Okay, another question for food and drink. What is the name of the scale that they use to measure the heat slash spice levels of chili peppers? So some bloke came up with a test for this. It's quite subjective depending on the individual's taste buds. So it is the name of the scale used to measure the heat slash spice levels of chili peppers, please. Next question. According to this type of tea brand's advertising slogan, it's the only tea that you get an ooh with. You only get an ooh with what tea, please? So, question 7 for food and drink. A gorilla playing drums was used to advertise what type of chocolate? He was drumming along to a song by Phil Collins, I believe. I want to know what type of chocolate he was advertising, please. Okay, next question. Another one about traditional dishes. If I was making a traditional cottage pie, what meat would I be using? So that's a traditional cottage pie. What meat would I be using to cook that with, please? Okay, so question 9. What soft drink is famous for being drunk in Scotland? I believe they changed the recipe a while ago, and quite a lot of the Scots were not happy about it. So I want to know what soft drink did they change the recipe of and is famous for being drunk in Scotland, please? Right. So the final question for food and drink. What area of the city of Birmingham is colloquial named after a curry dish? So it's a whole region of the city of Birmingham, or as I prefer it, God's own country. And it's colloquial named after what curry dish? I want the name of the whole area of the city. Right, so that is food and drink. Hope everyone's getting on well so far and having a decent enough time. The next round is geography. Did anyone play geography as their joker? Let me know. Crazy, brilliant. Let me know. So the next round is geography. Okay. So question 1 for geography. In which US state is Mount Rushmore located? I said to Lindsay, who's from America, that there were a few American-friendly questions in here. So hopefully this is one that she might get. It's US. Which US state is Mount Rushmore located? So question 2, sticking with a mountain location theme. In which UK national park are the mountains Blencathra, Helvellyn, and Skiddaw located? Or Skiddaw, as it could be pronounced. So that's Blencathra, Helvellyn, and Skiddaw. What UK national park are they located in? Okay, so question 3 for geography. Which river flows through the city of Paris? So Paris has what river flowing through it? Most of us know what London has going through it. I want to know what Paris has flowing through it. What river, please? Cool. Question the 4th for geography. What is the world's largest port? And I'm talking about where ships go to dock and unload goods and stuff, not the fortified wine. So, what is the world's largest port, please? Right, question number 5 for geography. The Danube River flows into which larger body of water? So that's the Danube River of Blue Danube fame. Which larger body of water does it flow into, please? Just have a quick drink of Vimto. Thirsty work, this. Okay, question number 6 for geography. Which UK lake holds the largest volume of water? So that question again, which UK lake holds the largest volume of water, please? Okay, question number 7 for geography. It's about world currency here. So I'd like to know, what is the name of the currency they use in South Africa? So for anyone that's been to South Africa, you should know. I'd like to know, what is the name of their currency, the type of money that they use, please. Okay, question number 8 for geography. In which modern day country is home to the ancient city of Machu Picchu? Although a friend of mine informed me that the locals say it's Picchu instead of Pichu, because the Pichu means the male appendage in the local language. So it's which modern day country is home to the ancient city of Machu Picchu? Okay. Question number 9 for geography. After the River Nile, which is the longest river in the world? So the second longest river in the world after the River Nile. Okay. So the final question for geography. Again, I want to know the second thing in the world. In this case, I want to know, what is the second highest mountain in the world after Mount Everest, of course. looking at the results from my research, there's only a couple of 100 meters in it, but I'd like to know what the second highest mountain in the world, after, of course, Mount Everest is, please. Excellent. So I hope everyone has got that so far for geography. Just give you a couple of minutes just to catch up. It seems some people think I might have gone a little bit too quick, so I'll just give you just a few seconds just to catch up and let you know how things are going. If anyone wants to quickly grab themselves a drink or a beer, use this time, like now, to get a drink or use the toilet. Tim, I think that's what Charlotte's just done. She's just shut the mutt up for us. But he is quite angry and all the time, and he does like to bark. So yeah, just to reiterate again to people that perhaps joined a bit late, joker rounds, select it pretty much when you start the quiz if you can, please. When it comes to marking, you'll get 2 points. Please be honest when you do mark. Oh, flipping heck, Tom, I don't want you just yet. I just want you to to write them on pen and paper. Sorry, pal, I should have said that earlier. So people don't look at Tom's answers just yet. That's for people on Facebook. The people on YouTube, you're fine. You've not seen what Tom's put. Sorry, Tom. That's my fault. I should have told you. Okay. Tom's just posted all the answers on the comments on Facebook, or at least his answers so far. I do apologise. That's my fault. I should have made it clearer again that it's pen and paper for the answers. So I do apologise for that. Oh, it looks like he's removed him now. So happy days. Thanks, Tom. And I do apologise again. Okay, wonderful. So I shall we move on now to the okay, no worries. Luckily, I think nobody saw it, Tom, so I think we got away with it. Don't mention the fact you posted the answers. Lovely stuff. Okay, so on to general knowledge now. On to general knowledge. So, question 1. Which of the 7 wonders of the ancient world is the only one still standing today? On YouTube, yes, Carl, round 4 is the next round, and it's general knowledge. So to repeat, question 1 for general knowledge. Which of the 7 wonders of the ancient world is the only one that is still standing today? Okay. Right, so question number 2. A film question similar to one that we had last week. Okay, so how many years were there between the release of Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope, and Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker? So I'm not too bothered about you telling me what years they started. I just want to know how many years difference there was between the release of Episode 4, A New Hope, and Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker. Okay, question number 3 for general knowledge. In which year was the first Batman comic book published? So there's been plenty of films and comic books. I want to know what year the first Batman comic book was published. Okay, question number 4. Which ancient Saxon kingdom was Alfred the Great king of? So back then, England and Great Britain was broken it up into different kingdoms. Uh, I would like to know which one Alfred the Great was king of, please. And that was before England became the united entity it is today. So, which kingdom was he the king of? Okay, question number 5, bit of a biology question here. What is the most flexible muscle in the human body? Many muscles, of course, in the human body. I'd like to know which is the most flexible. Flexible, even. I'll get my words out properly in a minute. Okay. Another film question. In which film series is the line, "I'm too old for this shit," repeated in every film? So in every film of this particular series, the line, "I'm too old for this shit," is repeated. Which series, please? Okay, another religion question. Again, going back to a topic from last question, from last week even. L. Ron Hubbard founded which religion? It's quite a new religion that's been founded in the US of A, I believe, by somebody called L. Ron Hubbard. I'd like to know which religion it is, please. Just a reply on Facebook to my brother-in-law, because apparently my sister is going to tell my mum that I said a swear. My mum's watching on YouTube, so I think she knows. In which case, sorry, mum. Okay, so question number 8 for general knowledge. In which country was the author Rudyard Kipling born? Famous, of course, for writing the Jungle Book. I would like to know in which country Rudyard Kipling was born, please. Okay, question number 9 for general knowledge. Which UK airport slogan is "Above us only sky"? So that question again, which UK airport's slogan is "Above us only sky"? Right, and then the final question for general knowledge. It's another film question. In the 2010 film Inception, what name is given to the trinkets used to help the characters determine whether in the real world or in the dream world? So that's the name that they like to use to call them in the film. It's in Inception. What name is given to the trinkets used to help the characters determine whether in the real world or in the dream world? I only saw Inception myself for the first time about a month ago, and I really enjoyed it, and I'd quite happily watch it again. So I'd like to know what those trinkets they use are called. Okay. Now we're on to my dad's favourite round, which is sport. But he's jumping up and down, enjoy it, that. So we're on to sport. The first question is a golf question. Anybody that knows me knows that I've recently taken up the game. Don't know much about it other than how to hit the ball with a club. So here are the questions. Number 1. In which year did Tiger Woods win his first Masters tournament? I believe that's the US Masters. In which year did Tiger Woods win his first US Masters tournament? Okay, question number 2. This is another American-friendly one, Lindsay. Alongside Toronto, which Canadian city hosted Major League Baseball until 2004? So it doesn't matter too much if you don't know a lot about baseball. If you know about Canada, you might be okay. I'd like to know which Canadian city, other than Toronto, hosted Major League Baseball until 2004. Okay, so moving on to question number 3. The 2016 Rio de Janeiro Summer Olympics, Team GB finished second in the medal table. But how many gold medals, specifically gold medals, did Team GB win? So the 2016 Rio de Janeiro Summer Olympic Games, how many gold medals did Team GB win? Okay, question number 4. Which FIFA World Cup final was the first to be decided on a penalty shootout? So I don't want the teams that played. I want the year and the country that hosted that tournament. So that's the first FIFA World Cup final that was decided on a penalty shootout. Okay, so question number 5. Different type of football now. It's the American version. Which NFL team has competed in the most Super Bowls? So obviously the Super Bowl is the big event to in the NFL season, I'd like to know which team has competed in the most Super Bowls. Okay, moving on to question 6. This is actually about my football hero. Which football team did Brian Clough infamously manage for only 44 days? Between periods of great success with Derby County and Nottingham Forest, he was only manager for 44 days at which English football team? Okay, question number 7. Back to the Summer Olympics. Sir Steve Redgrave won 5 gold medals for rowing at the Summer Olympic Games. In which year did he win his first? So that question again. Sir Steve Redgrave, I get my words out, won 5 gold medals for rowing at the Summer Olympic Games. In which year did he win his first gold medal? Question number 8 for sport. In cricket, which batsman was the first to hit 6 sixes in 1 over in a first-class match? It's considered to be quite a rare feat to be done in cricket. I would like to know which batsman was the first to hit 6 sixes in 1 over in a first-class match. Okay, so question number 9. It's a rugby union question. In 1999, which country was the last to win the 5 Nations Championship before it changed to become the 6 Nations? So the year 2000 was the year that it became the 6 Nations. Who won it the year before in the last year of it being the 5 Nations, please? And the last question for sport, we're on to the other code of rugby league, the entertaining code. Which team are the reigning Super League champions? So that's the team that won the whole shebang in the UK, well, in England last year in rugby league. Which team are the reigning Super League champions? Okay, just had a message. Sorry, I'll just have a quick little check of that because it is from somebody playing. Okay. So the final round is music. Question number 1 is quite a recent question. As in, the answer's quite recent. In the Big Night In's charity song by Matt Lucas, who does he thank? So the Big Night In was on Thursday, and Matt Lucas sang a version of his charity song. Who was he thanking in that charity song? Right, question number 2 for music. We're going sort of late 90s, early 2000s here. In Craig David's song, 7 Days, what did he do with her on Tuesday? So on Tuesday, in Craig David's song, 7 Days, what did they do? Okay, question number 3 for music. Which recording artist is the only one to sing the theme to more than one James Bond film?
I'm sorry, I don't have.
My Siri on my iPhone decided it was going to answer that question for me, so hopefully I'll stop that before anyone heard. That question again, which recording artist is the only one to sing the theme to more than one, James Bond film? Okay, so the question number 4 for music. In what language was the song 99 Red Balloons originally performed in? So 99 Red Balloons was the translation. What language was it originally performed in? Okay, so question number 5 for music. In the 1960 song by the Kinks, I think it was the 60s anyway, who did they meet in a club down in Old Soho? So in the Kinks song, they met somebody down in a club in Old Soho. Who was it? Okay, question number 6 for music. In 1960, the Beatles started an initial 48-day residency in which German city? So they've just been taken out of Liverpool, were being shown to the world. In which German city did they have a 48-day residency in 1960? Okay, so similar sort of era for music, but about 3 or 4 years earlier. So, what was Elvis Presley's first UK number 1 single? So, the King of Rock and Roll had quite a few Had quite a few number ones here in the UK. I'd like to know what his first number one was, please. Question number 8 for music. Which song by the Kings of Leon could cause you to have to call the emergency services? So if the title of this song was taken literally by the Kings of Leon, what could cause you to have to call the emergency services? Oh, man. All the questions and answers are on my work laptop, and it's just signing me out. Wonderful. Hey, you're back. Okay. Okay, so question number 9. With whom did Elton John perform the song Don't Go Breaking My Heart? Famous duet Elton John performed with. It was Don't Go Breaking My Heart. Who did he perform it with? Okay, and the final song for music, and indeed the final song for the quiz. Which song starts with the line, "Hello, darkness, my old friend"? I do just want the song title, as there's been various covers of it. Maybe if I'm feeling generous, I might offer an extra point for the original performer of it. But I like just the song title, and that's the song that starts with the line, "Hello, darkness, my old friend." So that's the last question for music, and indeed the last question for the quiz. Charlotte just texted me a minute ago saying that she wanted to come and read the answers out, but she's upstairs. I think she's watching upstairs, so I'll wait a minute to see if she comes down, because I think she's watching. But I hope everyone's enjoyed that so far. We'll be reading the answers out in a minute. So again, with your marking, you joke around for points for when you've got your answers, then please. When you've marked up, put it in the comments, or if you're not able to comment, then send me a text message if you've got my phone number, which my mum and dad should have. So yeah. Oh, here's the dog. I assume Charlotte's not too long afterwards. Here she is. She's ready to read the answers out, I think. Yeah, sure.
You say if you want, but...
No, what I'm like. That's my way of saying yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So question 1 was if... Oh, okay. No,
make sure you can see me. Hello. Question 1 was, if I was on safari in Africa and saw the big 5 game animals, what animals would I have seen? The answers are lion, leopard, rhino, elephant, Cape buffalo.
We will also accept just buffalo as an answer there, but it was Cape buffalo.
Question number 2 was, what is the largest mammal in the world? The answer is the blue whale. This can grow up to 30 metres in length and weigh 180 metric tons.
Okay. That's one lot of mammal. Speaking of mammals, the dog wants to play ball and it's not happening. On your bed.
Question 4. This was my question. Name the underwater BBC BAFTA winning...
No, you missed number 3, babe.
Oh, number 3.
Sorry, I'll just shut the dog up.
Sorry. Number 3 is... What is the largest living reptile? The answer is saltwater crocodile. Question number 4, that was my one, was name the underwater BBC BAFTA winning series narrated by David Attenborough. The answer is Blue Planet. He won that for the plastic one, or did he? Or the lizard one, the snake and lizard one.
Snake and lizard was Planet Earth, wasn't it?
Oh, I don't know. I'll shut up. According to the Yellowstone Park website, this is question 5. What is the name of the geyser they consider to be the most famous? The answer is Old Faithful. Question 6. What is the highest active volcano in the world? The answer is Cotopaxi, which is in Ecuador.
Like I said, I pinched that off Who Wants to Be a Millionaire earlier.
That was my idea.
It's Cotopaxi from Ecuador. Thank you very much.
Food and drink. Question 1. What sauce is commonly used on the breakfast dish Eggs Benedict? The answer was Hollandaise sauce. Question number 2. In which US state is the Jack Daniel's distillery located? Hope you all know that because it's on the label. It's Tennessee.
There might be some people that don't drink.
Yeah, but I would still know it from the shelves on the supermarket.
Oh, okay, fair
enough. And I've lost myself. Question 3. What meat is traditionally consumed on Easter Sunday? The answer is lamb. Question 4. In the 2014 episode of Great British Bake Off, there were claims that a contestant sabotaged another contestant's bake. What were they baking? They were baking baked Alaska.
She took it out the fridge or the freezer, didn't she, for about 30 seconds, and they claimed sabotage.
Yeah, she had to throw it away.
So that was baked Alaska.
Question 5. What is the name of the scale used to measure the heat and spice level of chili peppers? It is the Scoville scale, or Schofield scale, as I say.
Yeah, it's the Scoville scale.
The Scoville scale.
But you like to say Schofield.
Yeah.
She's got a thing for Philip Schofield.
6. Which brand of tea claimed it was the only one you could get an ooh with? The slogan being, you only get an ooh with Thai Fu. Question 7. A gorilla playing drums was used to advertise which type of chocolate? The answer is Cadbury's Dairy Milk. Only the best.
Dairy Milk will do. Doesn't matter if you haven't put Cadbury's.
Question 8. If I was making a traditional cottage pie, what meat would I be using? The answer is beef mince. You use lamb in shepherd's pie. Question 9. What soft drink is famous for being drunk in Scotland? The answer is, of course, Iron Brew. Question 10. What area of the city of Birmingham is colloquially named after a curry dish? The answer is the Balti Triangle.
I think I messed up a little bit when I asked this one. So if you've just put Balti, half a point. But I was really after the area, so you get the full point for Balti Triangle. So it's half a point just for Balti. Have you finished?
Okay, now to... Oh, we're moving again.
Shut the dog up.
Shut the dog up. Now to geography. I hope you can all hear me okay. In which US state is Mount Rushmore located? The answer is South Dakota. Question 2 in geography. In which UK national park are the mountains Blencathra, Helvellyn and Skiddaw located? The answer is the Lake District. Question 3. Which river flows through Paris? It's the River Seine. Question 4. What is the world's largest port? The answer is the port of Shanghai. I should know that considering I've been there. Question 5. The Danube River flows into which body of water? The answer is the Black Sea. Question 6. Which lake holds the largest volume of water in the UK? The answer is Loch Ness. Question 7. What is the name of South Africa's currency? The answer is the South African Rand. Oh, we're back.
Hopefully that will shut them up for a bit.
Question 8. Which modern day country is home to the ancient city of Machu Picchu? The answer is Peru. Question 9. Which is the second longest river in the world after the Nile? The answer is the Amazon, which is 6,400 kilometers. The Nile is 6,650. And I don't know how you pronounce that one, Sam.
Yangtze.
The Yangtze is the third at 6,300 kilometers. Question 10. After Mount Everest, which is the second highest mountain in the world? The answer is K2, which stands at 8,611 meters high.
Everest is 8,848 meters high.
Okay, the general knowledge round. Is everybody keeping up? Which of the 7 wonders of the ancient world is the only one still standing today? That is the Great Pyramid of Giza. Question 2. How many years between the release of Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope, and Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker? The answer is 42 years. A New Hope came out in 1977 and The Rise of Skywalker came out in 2019. Question 3. In what year was the first Batman comic book published? The answer is 1940. He appeared in a DC comic book in 1939, but got his own series in 1940 because he was so popular. Question 4. Which ancient Saxon kingdom was Alfred the Great king of? The answer is Wessex. Number 5. What is the most flexible muscle in the human body? The answer is your tongue. Tongue, however you want to pronounce it.
That thing in your mouth.
That thing in your mouth. Question 6. In which film series is the line, "I'm too old for this shit," repeated in every film? The answer is Lethal Weapon. Question 7. L. Ron Hubbard founded which religion? That was Scientology. Tom Cruise, well known for it. That's Scientology. Question 8. In which country was Rudyard Kipling born? The answer is India. Number 9, which UK airport slogan is "Above us, only sky"? That is Liverpool's John Lennon Airport.
So I want for that one Liverpool John Lennon Airport as the answer. If you just put John Lennon Airport, I'll give you half a point, but really I want Liverpool John Lennon for the full point.
And the last one for this round, number 10, in the 2010 film Inception, what is the name given to the trinkets used to help the characters determine whether they are in the real world or the dream world? The answer is a totem. On to sport. Question 1. In which year did Tiger Woods win his first Masters tournament? The answer is 1997. Question 2. Alongside Toronto, which Canadian city hosted Major League Baseball until 2004? The answer is Montreal.
Yeah, they moved from Montreal to Washington, becoming the Washington Nationals, and they won their first World Series last year. As a baseball fan, don't get me started on the how can they be the world champions thing. It was a naming thing. Anyway, carry on.
I'll quickly intercept before he goes on a rant.
Wise, very wise.
Question 3. How many gold medals did Team GB win at the 2016 Rio de Janeiro Summer Olympic Games? The answer is 27. They won 27 gold medals. Number 4. Which FIFA World Cup final was first to be decided on a penalty shootout? The answer was the USA in 1994. Number 5. Which NFL team has competed in the most Super Bowls? The answer is the New England Patriots. They've played 11 and won 6.
Oscar, no. Sorry, turn the dog off.
Which football team did Brian Clough infamously manage for 44 days? The answer is Leeds United.
Dirty Leeds.
Is your opinion. Number 7, Steve Redgrave won 5 gold medals for rowing at the Summer Olympics. In which year did he win his first? The answer is 1984. That's 1984. Number 8, in cricket, which batsman was the first to hit 6 sixes in a first-class match? The answer is Gary Sobers, and he was playing Nottinghamshire for Glamorgan.
It was playing for Nottinghamshire against Glamorgan.
Question 9. In 1999, which country was the last to win the Five Nations Championship before it came the Six Nations? And the answer is Scotland. Number 10. In Rugby League, which team are the reigning Super League champions? The answer is St Helens. Oh, the last round. Music. Number 1. In The Big Night In, the charity song by Matt Lucas, who does he thank? Thank you, baked potato. It's a baked potato. Number 2. In Craig David's song 7 Days, what did he do with her on Tuesday? He took her for a drink. Number 3. Which artist is the only one to sing more than one James Bond film? The answer is Dame Shirley Bassey. She did Diamonds Are Forever, Moonraker, and Goldfinger.
Not necessarily in that order.
No. Number 4, in what language was the song 99 Red Balloons originally performed in? The answer is German.
The German titles are big. 99 Luftballons.
Thank you. Question 5.
That GCSE paid off.
About whom did the Kinks sing about meeting in a club down in Old Soho? They met Lola. Number 6. In which German city did the Beatles start an initial 48-day residency in 1960? The answer is Hamburg. Number 7. What was Elvis Presley's first number 1 in the UK? The answer is All Shook Up. And that was on the 28th of June, 1957. Number 8. Which son by the Kings of Leon...
Sorry, what song?
What song? Which song by the Kings of Leon could cause you to have to call the emergency services? The answer is Sex on Fire.
Kind of proud of myself for that one.
Number 9. With whom did Elton John perform Don't Go Breaking My Heart? The answer is Kiki D. And last but not least, number 10. What song starts with the line, Hello Darkness, my old friend? The answer is The Sound of Silence by Simon and Garfunkel. So that's it. If you need any of the answers, just shout, tot your scores up. Don't forget your joke around.
Don't shout, type them because I won't hear them otherwise.
And we'll see who has done the most.
Yep, so if everyone just wants to add their scores up and let me know how you got on, we will determine a winner. We will see if the champions from last week, so that's Carl Lane's team, if they've managed to reclaim the title. 43 for Stubbsy. That's better than last week. See if we've got anyone else. Just waiting for a couple of scores to come in. Stubbsy's winning at the minute with 43 because he's the only one to declare his score.
Just give people time to count it up.
Yeah, I know.
28.
28 for the Moors.
For the Moors. I need to sneeze.
Mr. Lane's team, the Carls, they got 51 over on YouTube. Oh, Lanes.
Oh,
My mum and dad, along with my brother and sister-in-law. My sister and brother-in-law, I'll get that right. They've got 52. So we currently have the Beadle Clews in the lead with 52. Irish Michael, 24. Solid effort, especially given that your Facebook sound was playing up. So commendable. Certainly commendable.
Beth got 43.
43 as well for
That's
the
Beth.
Knights. I think that may be everyone, in which case I declare the winners of this week as being the Cloodles.
The Cloodles.
Which is my mum and dad and my sister and brother-in-law. So hats off, winning by a point. If anyone would like to take the... Charlotte's moved it over there.
Tie-break question. Can I do it?
We've got a tie-break question as well. We don't really need it, but just for a bit of fun. Again, like last week, just type in your guesses, your closest guesses. Charlotte, off you go.
So the tie-break question. One of football's strangest rivalries is Crystal Palace v Brighton. That's Crystal Palace versus Brighton. How far is it between Crystal Palace's ground, that is Selhurst Park, and Brighton's ground, which is at the American Express Stadium? How many miles is it between the two?
So no points on offer for this one. Just put your guess in. Doesn't really matter. This one's just a bit for fun now.
Ooh.
Don't give the game away. Jeez.
I'm not. Could be anything. 103. Anyone else? Get them out. 52. Was there anyone else?
Anyone else?
No.
Anyone else? Okay, it seems that's all the guesses. The closest guess is the Moors with 52 miles. The correct answer was, in actual fact, 46 miles. That's the quickest route according to Google Maps. Is 46 miles from Selhurst Park to the American Express Stadium in Brighton. So thank you everybody for playing. I hope you've all had a good time. Hope you've all enjoyed yourselves as much as you can. Again, please leave me any feedback, whether that's for topics, whether you think the questions need to be a bit easier, whether they need to be a bit harder. Any suggestions for topics, that would be great. Thank you all very much for playing. Have a great week. Stay safe. Stay home. Protect the NHS. Save lives. Wash your hands. I wouldn't bother watching the daily briefings because they're getting boring.
Sam.
So, no.
Just play shot games instead. That's what I've decided. Every time they use the expression,
stay home, protect the NHS, save lives.
Take a shot.
On that note, good night, everybody.
Bye.